Do we have any idea at this point? There are definitely a lot of Democrats with presidential ambitions on who could possibly be on that short list.
As you can imagine, Rachel, I've been talking for, now a couple of weeks about, to Democrats about this very scenario, including, who would likely be Kamala Harris's running mate. And a few names came up over and over again. One name I would put right near the top of the list to write down is Roy Cooper. He is the Democratic governor of North Carolina. He is a Democrat who has managed to get elected in a state that is a battleground state that leans Republican, and a state that Democrats think they have a real chance of winning this year. They did not win last time. They did not win the last two times. North Carolina's been pretty reliably Republican in presidential races, but they believe they came within just over 1% of winning it last time. They think that they have a chance this time. So Roy Cooper is a name I would put right near the top of your list. Another Democratic governor, Andy Beshear of Kentucky, once again, a moderate a Democrat who has managed to win in a state that is, in the case of Kentucky, really dominated by Republicans. Josh Shapiro, the governor of Pennsylvania, I would put high on that list. And some of the names that you've seen as potential replacements for Biden would now fit into this category as well. Gretchen Whitmer, Wes Moore of governor of Maryland. These are some of the names that have been circulating, and I think will all be seriously considered by Kamala Harris as she makes, in very short order, will need to make a decision about her running mate.